Hey guys, what's up? Andrew Gamer GL here, and welcome back to yet another video. Now, I apologize for the setting that I am in, but this is a video I basically have to make quite quick, very quickly as well, because I'll be honest, sorry for not uploading recently or for a while now, even after the season's ended, because I've been busy with quite a lot of things, but I do have some videos planned for the future after this one, for the coming maybe week or two, that will get posted out. Basically, what were my thoughts on how the season ended, how did our transfer window go, and ultimately what I think the current state and position of our club is currently in, or is currently heading at the moment. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. So, the thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, as my first video back on this channel, is of course our Champions League or UCL draw. And I'll be honest, alright, so my reaction on the draw is that from pot 1 we got Chelsea at home and PSG away. From pot 2 we got Club Brugge at home and Arsenal away. In pot 3 we got Sporting at home and PSV away. And in pot 4 we got Union Saint-Gilloise at home and Paphos away. And I also have the dates and the schedules right here as well. The first, so my thoughts on the initial draw, when I compare it to the other teams that are in this competition, it's not the hardest UCL draw for Bayern, but it's also definitely not the easiest. We're definitely going to get tested in some of these games, but it's good to have this because you want to get tested in the early stage of this competition. Unless we get a really bad injury crisis again, you want to be playing at least some good teams, because you don't want to basically come unprepared in the knockout stages because you haven't really gotten tested by the strongest opponents. It's good to get tested by a few ones, so if there are any big weaknesses that need to be improved, they'll get exposed here, and it's a good learning curve to prepare better for the knockout stages. So even if we don't make top 8 and we get the playoffs again, we'll know where it went wrong. But personally, in my opinion, I prefer we get top 8 and avoid the playoff round. So the first game that we have is Chelsea at home, which will be on September the 17th, which is just a few days after we've come back from international break. I'll be real, congratulations on Chelsea winning the Club World Cup, by the way. People say it's just a preseason trophy or whatever, they had an easy path. Look, you gotta beat who's in front of you to win the tournament. That's exactly what Chelsea did. And they also did to PSG what no one else was able to do, and that was smash them 3-0. So they're definitely a team that should not be underestimated. They have a lot of good quality players. We of course I'll talk about this, where we got Nicholas Jackson on loan with apparently an option to buy. But yeah, apparently he's gonna be playing against his former club as well, so that's gonna be also interesting here. One thing I'll say about this game is I don't think this is going to be like, I don't think either team is keeping a clean sheet. I think both teams will get goals in this game. That's my early prediction. And for my early prediction, I mean, I guess it is my prediction, not early, like actual prediction. Consider it's at the Allianz. I'm gonna back my team at the Allianz. I think we can beat them at the Allianz as well. I'm saying 2-1 Bayern. 2-1 Bayern at the end, and maybe potentially a Nicholas Jackson winner. We'll see. The next game we have is Paphos away on September the 30th. Yeah, to be honest, this game shouldn't really be too difficult. Paphos, of course, are a newcoming team into the Champions League. They're not the only Cypriotic team that's made it to the Champions League. I believe Apoel made it to the quarterfinals all the way back in 2012. So maybe they might get a few surprising results here and there, but considering it's their first time here, and usually when a newcoming team plays against Bayern Munich, it never really seems to go well for them. So I'm predicting either a 4-1 or 5-1 win for Bayern in that particular game. No offense if there are any Paphos fans out there. I just think this is what Bayern does to teams like this. The next game we have is Bayern Munich versus Club Brugge at home on October the 22nd. Yeah, similarly to that, Bruges are a decent team. They can surprise some teams on their day, but I think I would be a bit concerned playing about them if we were playing at their home stadium. But because it's at the Allianz, I think we'll win it relatively comfortably. Like, I'm going 3-1 for Bayern Munich in that game. Could potentially be 4-1, but to stay humble, I'm saying 3-1. Next UCL match we have on the list is one of the big ones. PSG away at November the 4th. This one, yeah, this is, if there's any game here that I'm expecting an L from, it's probably going to be from this game, because PSG, we know they're one of the best teams in the world. They haven't really changed their squad that much. They still look dangerous going forward. Maybe they are a little bit more shaky defensively this time than they were in the last season or the time we played them at the Club World Cup. But they are still one of the best teams, and if this was the Allianz, I would definitely be giving us a shot of beating them. But because it's at the Parc des Princes, I think we'll lose either 2-0 or 2-1 to them away from home. That's just my honest opinion. Next Champions League game, we got back-to-back difficult Champions League games, or quote-unquote difficult. We got Arsenal away on November the 26th. Now, I understand people say like Arsenal are a tough team to beat because they have a very good defense and now they have a better attack supposedly with Gyökeres and Eze. The thing is, if there was someone else managing in charge of Arsenal, I'd probably be a little bit more worried about this fixture. But the reason why I'm calm heading into that game is because who's managing them. Arteta, I'm sorry, but this guy just does not have the balls to play attacking football against the strongest opposition. And yes, it can be a good mindset to, when you get a goal, to defend a lead, but you should not be doing that for like almost 90 minutes, because if you do, it's going to bite back and cost you. It's happened many times to Arsenal, yet Arteta has refused to adapt to that. And considering we already have a very good record against Arsenal, and even when we were terrible when we faced them under Tuchel a couple of seasons ago, they were still not able to beat us at the Emirates, despite us having no fans in the stadium. So yeah, I'm gonna back my team. I'm saying 2-1 to Bayern Munich, and we'll get the dub there. We could also draw 1-1. That is also a realistic possibility considering the amount of chances we miss. But if we do turn out to be clinical on the day, I can definitely see us beating Arsenal 2-1 away from home. The next team we got, the 6th match day, is Sporting at home on December the 9th. This, I believe, is by then where we'll have most of our key players that got key injuries back. We'll get Musiala back for sure, Ito back, Davies back. We'll have most of our important injured players back around this particular period, I believe. And hopefully we don't get any other injuries during this period. But we'll probably have one or two, because Bayern can never just have a fully fit, healthy squad for more than 2 or 3 games. It's just impossible at this point. But I say, even though Sporting are the reigning Portuguese champions, I say we can beat them quite comfortably at home. Like, I'm saying 3-0 to Bayern Munich at home at the Allianz. The next team we have is, we're done with the 2025 fixtures. We now move to 2026 for the second UCL match day, which is the 7th one, which is Bayern playing at home against Union Saint-Gilloise on the 21st of January. So 4 days before my birthday. And to be honest, I actually think this is probably going to be the easiest game on paper that Bayern are going to have in this schedule. So I'm predicting Bayern to get I'm predicting us to get a 4-0 win against Union Saint-Gilloise. Maybe 4-1, because we do concede a silly goal every now and then. But yeah, I'd say maybe like 4-0 we win there. And then the final UCL game, of course, before we get to the knockout stages, is us playing away to PSV at Eindhoven on January the 28th. And this is one of those games that may be like a banana skin or trap game, because PSV are quite a decent team when they play at home, and we are traveling to their ground. And you know what happened the last time Bayern went away to a Dutch team? They ended up getting destroyed 3-0 by Feyenoord. So hopefully that does not happen again, and we do get the job done, and we do not choke or bottle. And yeah, I'm saying we get a 2-1 away win to PSV, or 3-1 away win to PSV. I think we'll get the job done, and I think we'll pick up the 3 points. Which basically means the only 2 games I could see us potentially dropping points against is PSG away and Arsenal away. Those are the 2 games that I think we could potentially drop points in. We may drop points against Chelsea if we don't end up showing up, but we usually show up against London clubs, which is why I'm not too worried about that. And considering it's Chelsea's first time back in the UCL in a while with a lot of young players, I think that can potentially catch them off guard, I guess you could say. So my prediction is we end up the UCL league phase with either 19 or 21 points. That's my prediction, and I think we will make top 8. I don't know if we'll be in the top 4 or top 2 of the top 8, but I think we will make top 8. Top 8 has to be the objective anyway for Bayern Munich. If Bayern for the second season in a row do not get top 8 and finish in the playoffs, then I think some uncomfortable conversations will need to be had about some of our players and potentially maybe even our manager. But anyway, so yeah, those are my thoughts on Bayern's Champions League phase draw. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you guys are new to my channel, go and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys for more videos in the future. And I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everyone.